Hello everybody, welcome to CGTN social media platforms. I'm Silkina Ahluwalia, your correspondent in Jakarta, Indonesia. Today we are right in the center of the city here in Jakarta, and we will be discussing about air pollution. Jakarta has been blanketed, you can say, by hazy skies in the past few weeks, and we actually had the worst air quality globally as early as 2 weeks ago. So we're going to be talking about that, what happened, what are some of the consequences, and I'm joined here by our expert, Bondan Andrianu. You are a energy expert from Greenpeace Indonesia, energy campaigner, I guess.
Campaigner,
I should
yes.
say. Okay, so for people that are not in the city, for people that don't know, how bad has the pollution been here in Jakarta?
Yeah, actually, we've been recap the data from many PM2.5 stations available in Jakarta. Actually, our Ministry of Forestry itself has this monitoring station in Senayan, and we can also download the data from US Embassy data station, which means we can download it actually since 2015.
Yeah.
And they display the data every hourly.
Yeah.
So when there is a hashtag Setor Photo Policy trending in the Twitter, and many Twitter posting their image, which is really, like you said, blanketed by air pollution. So the number of PM2.5 at that time is almost 150.
And what is normal?
It is very above normal. So we have two kind of standard.
Yeah.
Our national standard is 65.
Okay.
For every 24 hours, and WHO standard is 25.
Wow, so that is...
There's a big gap actually.
That's more than triple.
Yeah, more than triple for our national standard compared to WHO.
Yeah.
So when we're talking air pollution, let's say a week ago, our PM2.5 data daily average is above 65.
Okay.
And the maximum is like 90 to 91. It means it is really above the WHO standard and above our national standard. So we have the regulation under the regulation number 41, 1999. So actually it's really out of date regulation.
Yeah.
We're still using the regulation standard for PM2.5, 65
Okay.
every daily average. So it's been
It needs
really
to be
confirmed.
updated.
It actually,
Yeah.
it needs to be updated because the regulation is never been reviewed. It should be reviewed every 5 years, but it never been done until now. We're still using the regulation.
And also, what is one of the reasons that the pollution is so bad? I mean, we know, we're standing in the middle of the city here. One of the major reasons is, of course, the transportation industry. Jakarta, as we all know it, is there's a lot of traffic here, and traffic makes the quality of air worse. And also, a lot of people are saying that we are entering the dry season as well. So what are some of the factors that are contributing to this bad air?
Actually, I can assume that all factors altogether, that's what we have during the last
It's a collective.
weeks. It's collective factor, like climate, yes. It's been like a hot day in Jakarta now, like 2 weeks ago, and then the wind also maybe. Today, lucky there's a wind blow very strong.
Today it's a little bit different.
It's different.
Yeah.
But weeks ago, the wind is not blowing so strong, and the heat is really reached a maximum.
Yeah.
And once the pollution is exit from the sources of the air pollution itself, let's say transport, industries, and etc. So if you are talking about PM2.5, it's a concentration from the air pollution itself. It's somehow collected in the same area. It's like in the same level, like before the cirrus cloud, So if you notice the Twitter, there is a person who take a picture inside from the plane, and there is
I did see that.
Really clearly we can see the level layer of the air pollution and the blue sky. That's what happening during the last 1 week actually.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm here, like, my throat is very scratchy, and we do read that, for people that are a little bit more sensitive, it does have, there's more consequences. I'm a little bit sensitive, like if you have asthma or you have any sort of lung infection, like we can feel it a little bit more. what are some of the serious health consequences for the people here that, they walk to their work or they have to walk largely for their commute? So what are some of the consequences that they need to be aware of?
Actually, there are two kinds. If we are talking about the impact of the air pollution itself,
Yeah.
specifically from PM 2.5,
Yeah.
there is direct. It's mean in short term, and a long term.
Right.
Direct, you can see if you are one of the sensitive group,
Yeah.
like say you have asthma or COPD or
Yeah.
lung cancer, and even we are talking about babies and elderly. Once the air pollution is come into the level unhealthy for sensitive group, somehow maybe all those sensitive groups can feel the impact directly
Yeah, and it's worse for them,
and
obviously.
worse for them.
Yeah.
But if you are, let's say, for a normal person,
yeah.
it could be not now or not tomorrow, but maybe years. We're talking about it because if you're talking PM 2.5, once you inhale the PM 2.5, it's never been go anywhere. Once
Yeah.
you inhale in PM 2.5, it's still in your body.
So from what I understand, PM 2.5 are very small particles that have chemical components
Yeah.
in them, and they can enter your lungs and
In your bloodstream, actually.
Exactly, they stay in your bloodstream, and that obviously can cause many
Everything.
different illnesses,
Yeah.
diseases, including multiple heart diseases and
Yeah.
even stroke in some
Stroke.
people in the long term.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean
Exactly.
that's very serious issues, and
Yeah.
that's something that the government obviously has to tackle.
Yeah, that's why Greenpeace since 2017
Yeah.
it's still on campaigning about very important to measure the PM 2.5
Yeah.
because
Are we just measuring PM10 right now?
yes,
Okay.
our Minister of Forestry and Environment just installed the PM 2.5 monitoring station in the early 2018
Yeah.
and one air monitoring devices.
So how many air monitoring devices are there in the entire of Jakarta?
Actually, entire Jakarta we have 5,
Okay.
but it doesn't measure PM 2.5 yet. But they
Okay.
said they just measure it now in 2019.
Okay.
For some of
So
them.
Are we behind?
Really behind actually.
Okay.
And there is one air monitoring station belongs to Minister of Environment and Forestry
Yeah.
that I said installed since 2018, and one belongs to Meteorological Agency, BMKG.
Yeah.
They installed in Kemayoran, but somehow I always observe it's always delaying, and somehow it shows zero reading.
Okay.
I don't know. It's
So it doesn't work.
sometimes works, sometimes
Sometimes it
no.
doesn't.
So it's really not consistent. So the one that really we can rely on PM 2.5 data is US Embassy data station.
Okay.
We can available online via Air Now.
Yeah. And we actually have an app
Yeah.
which we can show you guys. It's the Air Visual Index app, and I mean the Air Visual website was the one who first kind of showed that Jakarta had
Yeah.
very
And also
unhealthy
is
air.
getting the
can
data
show you.
from the US Embassy station as well.
Yeah, so basically we can see right now Jakarta is at 106 actually. We just dropped down one level. But so what does this mean? This is not normal, right? It says unhealthy for sensitive groups. So this is not good. We are at, it goes up to 151 to 200 around 1 a.m. But again, like you said, the wind is kind of helping it today. It's not so bad today, but just a couple of days ago it was, you
Yeah.
couldn't even see the view. Really.
Actually, it was yesterday
Yeah,
during the car-free day.
yeah.
We observed from the air visual monitoring from the US Embassy data station.
Yeah.
It's showing the spike PM 2.5 start from 3 a.m. in the morning.
Okay.
So the PM 2.5 number is increased above 100.
And why do you think that is? At 3 o'clock in the morning, the quality goes a little bit down,
Yeah.
I guess, poor.
Somehow maybe the winds also
Yeah.
not so strong,
Yeah.
and the heat, because PM 2.5 is actually ultra like a fine particulate. It's very small.
Yeah.
It's like gases, so it can go up into the air, and somehow it need to go down when the level of air is going down as well. So at the same time, it goes down with the air, with air temperature as well. So it's maybe that's why in the morning, let's say 1 a.m., 3 a.m., PM 2.5 level is increasing.
Okay.
when there is no wind blows so strong, so they just dissolve into one place.
And where does these particles for PM 2.5 usually come from? Does it come from like the fumes from the cars or, buses? I mean, we're in the middle of it right now.
Yeah.
Where does it really come from?
You can notice that some buses still
Yes.
From,
in
black.
Jakarta, we have those buses.
black.
Yes.
And then this is also weird when we have a car-free day
Yeah.
yesterday. We assume there's no car at that time, yeah?
Yes.
But the air is really, really bad. So it
Okay.
means there is something else apart from transportation
It's contributing
contribute to the source of the air pollution itself. Let's say industries, because Jakarta, yes, there is no industries. Let's say there is less now, but it's surrounded by industries.
to it. Yeah.
in the Bekasi, in Tangerang, in Banten,
Yeah,
it's
which is
surrounded
just
by
on the
industries.
outskirts
In the
of
outer ring
Jakarta
of the
in
Jakarta.
West Java. Okay, and what is the local government doing right now to, possibly reduce air pollution? I know to completely stop it is, it takes time and
Yeah.
it's a long-term effort, but. Things like, for example, the MRT, using the public transportation, reducing private vehicle use, does that help in a way?
Actually, once you have consistent in implementing the regulation, you
Yeah.
have results soon. If you are talking about air pollution, we cannot only blame Jakarta.
Right.
Because like I said, there's also contribute from outside Jakarta.
Yeah.
So it means there's also need to have a collaboration between all the governments, like
Yeah.
Jakarta, West Java, and Banten, sit together.
Like you said, because the industries are
Exactly.
outside of Jakarta,
Exactly. It can also the air pollution from the transport in Jakarta contribute to the outside Jakarta,
Of course.
or vice versa. The industry from outside Jakarta goes into Jakarta. So how we measure that? We have the research called emission inventory, which is badly we didn't do it regularly.
Yeah.
So we never even know how the number of air pollution sources coming from very exactly. So that's why once the image is trending in Twitter,
Yeah.
there's argument. Where's the sources coming from, etc. Because until now the government they didn't publish the data yet regularly.
Yeah. And what more do you think they should do? Sorry, we're just gonna walk a little faster. There's a car.
Yeah.
Building more green spaces or building more trees, does that help to absorb the pollutants in a way? I mean, Jakarta is a little bit landlocked. Where we don't see a lot of tall trees
Yeah,
or anything.
talking about green area, Jakarta still have homework, yeah, because they have to have 30% of green area.
Okay,
But
and how many percent do we have?
until now, it's only like 10 to 12. There's a big homework for
It's a long
Jakarta.
way to
It's
go.
a long way to go. And talking about absorbing air pollution,
Yeah.
you know that the plant is absorb CO2
Okay.
and release oxygen.
Yes.
So if you are talking about PM 2.5, it doesn't work at all.
Yeah.
But some research mentioned that specific species of plants can absorb PM 2.5 maximum 40%. It's only specific species, yeah. It's researched by NASA. So
Okay.
not all plants can absorb PM 2.5 if you are talking about PM 2.5.
Yeah, that's a whole other level
Exactly.
of pollutants.
Yeah.
And as an energy campaigner for Greenpeace Indonesia, all of the research that you've done, how badly should people worry about air pollution? Sometimes we take it for granted. We just wear masks and then we walk around outside. We don't really understand the consequences of what can happen to us. But, there are a lot of people that die even from air pollution per year. So how can we make people more aware of this issue, really, to take it more seriously and to ask the government to, do something?
Yeah. First, maybe we need to raise the awareness of the people because once we are talking about air pollution, we need to have the data.
Yeah.
Like today, from the 5 air monitoring station belongs to DKI Jakarta,
Yeah.
it shows the O3 level is unhealthy.
Yeah.
So what is government do now? We saw the reading is unhealthy.
Yeah.
Do they have alarming
brand,
or something.
yeah.
So we need to have a mask because the reading is unhealthy.
There are no warnings, is
No
what you're
warning,
saying.
no.
Yeah.
That's happening.
As in, like, we keep seeing unhealthy readings, but nobody's telling us that
Exactly.
we should do something about it. Yeah.
It's not the job of NGOs to do that, right? So this is the
course.
government job to like raise the awareness. This is time to wear mask because the air that we breathe is not healthy. And then maybe check your health regularly, specifically for breathing problem. Because many doctors said Indonesian people like Jakarta people goes to the doctor once he already sick.
Yeah.
So we cannot really.
It's basically
Respect.
prevention is better than
Exactly,
cure.
100%.
But we wait for us to be sick and
Sick.
then we ask
And we go to
for
doctor to heal it.
cure. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. All right, so we hope that the government will finally do something.
Yeah, do
To
something.
tackle this.
As I mentioned before,
Yeah.
we're still using the regulation out of that regulation.
Yes.
So that's why talking about protecting people from breathing the unhealthy air is really not work. So
Yeah.
first we need to revise the regulation,
Yeah.
make it as close as possible with the WHO standard. Then install the air monitoring as much as possible because
Yeah.
talking about Jakarta, we need like 20 to 26 air monitoring.
For sure. We're like, how many people are we here? 10 million?
Yeah,
And it's huge.
yeah, that's why.
Yeah, we need to measure it everywhere.
Exactly. So have a strong standard.
Yeah.
Install air monitoring station. Then go to the community, go to the people, warn them. This is the air that we breathe. So just to be honest, because somehow I don't know why the government is like hiding something. Let's say we assume that hiding something. How come you hide the air quality level is unhealthy? Then you don't do anything. Even like give them warning, give them advice to wear mask.
The least that they
At
can
least
do.
like that.
Yeah. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Bondan, for your time.
Thank you.
And thank you guys so much for watching. We're hoping that there would be change soon.
Yeah.
Yes, because in the past 2 weeks, Jakarta was still known as one of the cities with the worst air quality.
Yeah.
So although today is getting better, but every day is different.
Yeah.
Right? Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Silkina Ahluwalia. If you still have any questions or comments, you can leave them in the comment box below wherever you're watching this, and I'll see you guys next time.
Pakai apa?